Hello, it's GotAUkulele.com. It's reviews day. It's a brand new brand for me. It's a brand I've not really seen much in stores, but it's coming. And with thanks to Red Chili Audio, who the UK distributor, it's good to be able to feature a brand called Isuzi, and their QMT Tenor Ukulele. Isuzi, Far Eastern brand, apart from sounding like a Korean car manufacturer, that's the name. And it's rather a pretty little thing. It's a tenor scale ukulele, standard double bout shape, all laminate wood body. We've got a two-piece top, two-piece back, two-piece sides, and that top is quilted maple. So it's extremely pretty. It looks like sort of clouds, ripples on water. Someone said teddy bear, fur. It's really rather nice. And that's complemented by maple on the back and sides, which at first glance is quite plain, but it's actually flamed. So in light, you get this sort of changing shimmery stripe. It's really nice. Slightly arched back. Other than that, standard tenor dimensions. And we've got a bit of bling. We've got this purfling binding around the edge at the top and the back, also around the sound hole and the seam down at the butt. And we have this, which is a comfort edge, which is a chamfered edge, which makes for more comfortable playing. It's plain maple. It's pretty. I don't personally feel the need for a comfort edge, but I know some of you do, and there's no doubt it's certainly more comfortable on the strumming arm here. You don't get that ridge in your forearm. Yeah, interesting. Bit too blingy for me. It's not really to my taste, particularly that top. It's a bit sort of country and western, but I know some of you will really be liking that, and there's no arguing. It's pretty enough, and it's a nice mix of woods. Nicely put together, satin finish, no issues at all with that. Just really good quality construction. Good quality construction inside too. Delicate enough bracing, notched linings. It's all right. Bridge-wise, we have a tie bar that's screwed in place with a plastic uncompensated saddle. Isuzi tell me through the distributor that the woods or the material used for the bridge and also the fingerboard is engineering wood, which I take to mean something like Rich Light. It's a composite of paper that's being used by some manufacturers such as Blackbird in order to get around the CITES restrictions on rosewood. Looking more closely at this though, this is definitely rosewood. So I presume this is an earlier sample before they went on to change it. So if you buy one going forward, you may not get, this is rosewood, you may not get that, you may get this black Rich Light. But, you know, no complaints from me on either. I think they're both good materials, and I like the eco use of non-woods. Okay, up to the neck, mahogany, typically Far Eastern in chunky rounded profile, only 34 to 35mm at the nut, so a bit too narrow for me. 3 pieces, nice kind of swooping heel shaping there. 3 pieces joint here and here. That's topped with rosewood. It's unbound but stained on the edges, and that rosewood's going to change to this engineering wood. And it's all right, nice even colour. We've got 18 nickel silver frets, 14 to the body. Whilst they're dressed well on the edges, they're a bit sharp down this end, at the dusty end, and they're also they need a polish. They're a bit cruddy and stained. I don't know what that's about, probably from being in a warehouse. But, you know, no huge complaints. Position markers 5, 7, 10, 12 double, 15, 17. They are repeated on the side. Plastic nut. Simple enough headstock, not a 3-pointed crown. I quite like that. The Isuzi logo is laser etched. It's faced in more of the flamed maple. I think it would have been nice for that to be consistent and have quilted maple on the facing. Minor point. And black geared tuners with small buttons. Nothing wrong with those, apart from the fact that one of them is fitted slightly wonky and my OCD alarm is going off. This one. Okay. And you get Aquila strings, you get a fairly functional padded gig bag, and the RRP on these is about £150. Shopping around, I've seen them for about 130. So that's not a bad price. It's there with similarly appointed Carla's snails, probably a bit cheaper actually, for what is a pretty well put together, 1 or 2 little issues, but a well put together instrument in some striking woods. It's light, nicely balanced, no issues at all. It's exactly what I'd want. and it's got a nice enough tone. It's not a first class tone, it's a laminate tone, but it's not thin, it's not boxy. It's got quite a nice jangle when you strum it on the higher notes. We'll have a play. It's nice enough. Sustain is average. It's not the most sustaining instrument. It's just not very loud. I mean, it's loud enough. Perfectly passable. It's more noticeable when you finger pick it, where I'm just longing for it to have a bit more kick and a bit more bite. Yeah, I think it's the sustain that's doing it, but it's not a loud instrument. Now, again, YouTube compression, normalization, you're going to have to take my word for it. Obviously, I've got the microphone set to nominal levels, so, it's probably making it sound louder than it is, but it's not a loud instrument. But then some of you I know like the delicate sounding instruments. It's certainly louder than some of those Enyas that I reviewed very well. I much prefer it strummed than picked, which for a tenor, I'd like it to do both. But, 130 to 150 quid, pretty instrument if the bling is your thing. I know a lot of people will be attracted by this. Not bad at all, really. It goes into the recommended box because it gets a score of 8 out of 10 or above on GotAUkulele. It's not the most stellar ukulele I've ever played, but it's far from the worst. The Isuzi QMT Tenor. Thanks again to Red Chili Audio in the UK, who are the UK distributors. You will be seeing these in stores soon, I believe. Back next week, more coming, lots coming very soon.